Hey, it's NOOCH, and I got a couple variations on the Phase 2 Kylo run. These don't involve the Nightsisters, so they do require a lot of turn-swapping characters that possibly could benefit in later tiers, so we'll see how this has value as we go forward. But in this first run, you're going to see that we use Thrawn, Crew, Hux, and Hoda. And we're using Crew in there for the taunt. We're trying to get as much damage on him as possible. It really turns out, though, that it doesn't necessarily benefit, because kind of the idea was, let's get Crew eaten first, so we still have our turn meter swaps with Hux and Thrawn that we can keep using. But as you're going to see, it doesn't really matter, because before the Rancor does his Devour, where he eats somebody, he gets rid of all the buffs. So Kylo Crew does not get eaten. But there is a benefit, and we'll show you that when it happens. Here's how we're setting it up. Kylo thrusts, we give turn meter with Hux. Kylo thrusts again, we give turn meter with Thrawn. And then we do the siphon where we kill everything so everybody's still alive at full health. And then we start feeding turn meter, back turns to Kylo. We put Hoda's buff on him. Kylo gets turned, Kylo gets more turns. We keep doing that. That's really the basic strategy. It's not super complex. There's nothing special that we've discovered yet in this raid, but that's what we're doing. Feeding turn meter to Kylo, thrust when he doesn't have his ultimate. When he gets his ultimate, you're going to siphon, siphon, siphon. And that's really all there is to it. But there's kind of an RNG here. We'll show you when we get there. And by the way, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. NOOCH has his Festivus, his exciting holiday blazer on. You're going to see this little RNG when we get here, and this is kind of what we're going to have to figure out as we go. What happens is Kylo gets his ultimate, and the Rancor goes, and he screams, and he devours Kylo, but it doesn't work. So that's kind of the timing and the RNG we're going to have to figure out as we go. You want the Rancor to devour Kylo, and with this lineup, it seemed to work where he kept trying to devour Kylo, but Kylo had his ultimate every time. So as we go and we understand more about this raid, we're really going to have to figure out how to time that. How do we time it so that Kylo has his ultimate when Devour comes? And I think it's going to be every third turn, but, still getting used to this to see. So that was really the RNG with this first run. It's going to end up giving us about 14.5%. We'll pause it at the end. We started at 97.59%. We're already down to, we've got about 8% right now. But we're going to start, here we do the thrust. So we still got almost everybody alive, and we're at almost, well, we're at 8% right now, and we're pushing 9%. So we're actually doing pretty well. Crew's taunt has kept the damage off of Hoda in this case, which is pretty beneficial. And we're going to get that ultimate back up to 2. There it is. We got 2 ultimate turns here, or whatever you want to call it. 2. We got it up to 2. I don't know what you call it. So we're going to take the ultimate here. We're at 87. So we're at 10% right now. We're going to get it on the pause here when we get to the end. We just keep siphoning. When he's got his ultimate, you siphon, and you siphon, and you siphon. Here we go. He tries to devour Kylo again while he's got his ultimate. That is the RNG we're trying to get in this raid. So let's see one last shot here. 14%. I think this is the end. He gets one more shot in, and NOOCH is trying to decide. We do a siphon there. We should have done a thrust because this is about to end. This is 14. We might get another turn here. We got another turn. So here we do the thrust. Sorry, NOOCH is kind of feeling this as we go and trying to see where he ends up. So NOOCH is trying to figure out here, what do I do? Do I siphon? Do I thrust? That's the last turn, so we went ahead and thrust. From 97.59 down to 83.01. That's 14.5%. So we have 14.5% there with KRU in the lineup, and I'm not going to say NOOCH timed those devours for when Crew had his ultimate, or Kylo had his ultimate, because I didn't. I'm just learning. Now in this run, we subbed in Watt for Crew because we kind of saw Crew helped, but not a lot. So if we can get the weapons tech on Kylo, maybe it'll help us get a bunch of turn meter. We start at 92.32%. Unfortunately, NOOCH, this is actually the worst run. I'm going to show you the RNG because we're going to come back after this and show you a better run with this same lineup, a much better run. This is going to get us about 9.65%. And you can see, again, nothing fancy. Feed turn beater back to Kylo. He thrusts, he siphons, we get the gate down, and then we go to town and keep feeding turn meter back to Kylo. We did not get as lucky with the Devours, though. You're going to see that Watt was the first one devoured every time he was out there, so I'm not sure if that's how the AI is going to do it, but we'll have to play more as we go. But since NOOCH actually didn't airplane this run, it counted and we didn't get to test anymore. We're going to show you the mods afterwards. I don't know if I said that already. At the end of this, we're going to show you the mods. These are not godlike mods. They're very good. We have a lot of speed on SL Kylo, and we got speed on everybody else, but I'm not going to say it's like major godlike speed. And with crew, we had all health and crit avoidance, but it wasn't even, it was a 5-dot crit avoidance, so it's not max crit avoidance. I'm not sure it matters for this. Anyway, we got our ultimate up for Kylo, so we're going to take it here in a second. We swap turn meter back to Kylo, because that's what we can do every time, swap. Then we start siphoning and we get after it. You're going to see here, Watt is the first one that gets devoured, and that happens the second time too, so it seems like maybe that's a thing. We'll see, we'll see. There's about a 4% chance of that happening twice in a row, but we'll see. So we've got Kylo with Hoda's buff and with the weapons tech. And we got a little lucky there. The Rancor actually went after Kylo twice, not on the Devour, but 2 hits. So he took out Thrawn, but we still got Hux alive, although I don't think we're going to be able to get Hux to swap turn meter again. We're just siphoning, guys. Just siphon, siphon, siphon. Right now we're at about 7%, so it didn't go quite as well as that KRU run a minute ago, but you're going to see this exact same team here in a minute. We get more RNG, and we do it for almost 17%. So let's get down here. We're about to end this run. Okay, let's see. We're at 82. So, yeah, we're at 9.65% right now, and that's going to be it. He gets devoured. So that's kind of the lesson we're learning here, is we're going to have to learn how to time that Devour and know if we got to get the ultimate off. Because you think if you get the ultimate off and he does the Devour there at the end, NOOCH might have been able to squeeze another 3 or 4% out of that, since Kylo was so siphoned up at that point. So here's the last one we're going to show. This is Watt. Again, it's the same thing, but it's a much better result. We got better RNG with this run. And honestly, NOOCH wasn't paying close attention while he was doing it, so we're going to watch it live here and see how that RNG goes. I think, again, he tries to devour Kylo at some point. I'm not sure about that. So, weapons tech to Kylo. We thrust. We give turn meter back to Kylo. We thrust. We give turn meter back to Kylo with Thrawn, and we siphon, get the gate down. I don't know. You want me to tell you how to do that? That's how you do it. You get 2 turn meter swaps right before you get there, and Kylo gets the gate down. We started at 97.59. This is the best run. Unfortunately, it didn't count. So we've got the Watt weapons tech, we've got the Hoda tech, or Hoda buff, and those together are giving just a lot more damage, and I think Hoda's gives more tenacity and more potency, but it doesn't really matter with Kylo. It might even give health up, but that might just be for Jedis. Anyway, so with those 2 techs, this is really similar. In fact, it's almost identical to the team we're using in the Sith raid, except that we have First Order Officer and for Watt. We don't have First Order Officer on this team because he does give Kylo offense up, but he does not give Kylo turn meter. Because of the swaps that you have with Hux and Thrawn, they do give Kylo turn meter. So NOOCH kind of found that, the First Order Officer giving him offense up is nice, but why not use Watt for the weapons tech? Because that's nicer. So, because he keeps it all the time. He doesn't lose it when he takes turn. And here again, devours Watt. So we'll have to play again next time around and see if that's how it works every time, if that's what the AI does. So here we got the ultimate, and we're just going to siphon. We're going to siphon. We're going to siphon. Right now we're at about 5%. We've already lost Hux and Watt. Now we have Thrawn. He doesn't get any protection back once he's lost it. We're siphoning. We're fracturing. And Thrawn is gone. So now, hang on a second. We're not going to hang out. So we are at 5%, and all we've got is Hoda and Kylo. So it feels like it's going worse at this point than it was last time. But we're in much better position for Kylo to get another ultimate off. He dodged, so Kylo dodged there. That's a big deal. We're only at 7%, and it's just Kylo left, and we're trying to get to 2 stacks of his ultimate. This was a chance NOOCH took here, and man, we thrusted, and we're going to siphon here. We siphoned, we get it. He's not even back at 2 stacks yet, is he? We get there, we took the damage. Boy, NOOCH took some chances here. It ended up paying off because, look, now we get him down to his ultimate, and he cannot get devoured. So now we have 560 stack, And right now, man, we're at, boy, we're at 15% now, like almost exactly 15%. And with that siphon, so we do the thrust because we believe that's our last chance, right? And 80.68, yeah, that's our, it's almost 17%. It's like 16.89%, something like that. And there it goes. So if we can get it down to where we use the ultimate with the Devour, that's how we're going to make hay with this team. Let's take a look at the mods. Kylo, you can see here, has really good speed. We've got an extra 180 speed, all speed mods. We've used our extra, our 6 dot, I can't remember what they're called on him. He's also got critical damage up. Crew is all health, and you got that critical avoidance on there. Again, it's not 6 dot, it'd be 35% if it was a 6 dot mod. Everybody else is just speed. Straight speed, but not unbelievable speed. Extra 128 on Thrawn. That's good, but not amazing. We got an extra, I think, 144. Yeah, 144 on Hux, which is pretty darn good. But still, there you can get better than that. You can get higher on that than that on Hux. NOOCH seemed as high as 320 something. So that's good on Hux. Hoda's at 130. Really, I think the main thing for these guys is not to get them Godspeed. Maybe we'll try that next time and see if that helps and we get what. But to make sure they all go before the Rancor takes his first turn. Because then you can swap that turn meter to Kylo, get him a couple turns, he can get the gate down, and you're off and running. That's really it, guys. Hopefully this helps you in your Phase 2 Rancor runs with SL Kylo. And always remember, NOOCH too good. Thanks for watching, and please like the video down below. You can also check out NOOCH's contributors up there. You can subscribe on Darth Vader over here, and you can watch more videos on this side. We'll see you next time.